Hey, how you doing? This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show. And I've had this radio for about a week. My good friend Thomas sent this to me. I've been watching this radio for almost a year now, and I just keep forgetting to purchase it because it really looked interesting. And now that I've got it, it's exceptional. It really looks nice. It looks professional. See these screws here? In this yellow inlay, it really looks nice. Nice display. Unfortunately, I haven't found any way to keep the backlight on for more than, I think it's about 10 seconds. Maybe there's a way of doing that, but I haven't figured it out. So I'd struggle with that. Lots and lots of features. Now, it comes with a nice manual, pretty detailed. Print's kind of small, but it's pretty detailed. And it comes with a little cue card that tells you the function you can do when the radio's on and when the radio's off. Pretty cool, pretty handy. And I can see why they need this because it has so many features. And of course it has a charging cord, has a built-in battery, AM, FM, shortwave, Bluetooth, NOAA weather alerts, MP3 player. That's what you were listening to when I started the show, was some free music from the YouTube library. This thing's got everything. Buttons, volume up and down. I prefer, because I'm old school, a knob for volume, but that's fine. Move forward in the TF card music files and backwards, or if you're searching, you can search and find the next strongest station by pushing and holding. If you're in the memory mode, you can use this to go through the memories or do this button here. Sorry about that. This is for doing an ATS, automatic tuning and storing. This is the alert for the NOAA weather alerts. You can set it up so that it's constantly monitoring NOAA. And when NOAA sends out an alert, they send out a special signal, and this will either sound an alarm or flash the light over here. It's got a light over here, and it's got, oh my gosh, these features are unbelievable. If I could get my thumb under there, no. Can't quite get my thumb under. Let me pick it up so I can get to it and see what I'm doing. Well, there we go. I was just struggling. So it's got a reading light. Not sure why the light's not on. Must be another function you got. Oh, here, lamp. There, whoa, let's turn that off. Wow. Okay, so you got a lamp, and then this is to control what they call a torch light, and also flash and sign and make a SOS siren. Don't want to do that right now. Little LED right here indicates you're charging it. Mic input because you can use this to connect to your cell phone and use this as the audio in and audio out. Over here is the tuning knob and or the memory select when you've done an ATS. Down under here are all your external connections. You've got your TF card, you've got your charging cable, headphone jack, and output, so you can use the internal battery to charge, say, your cell phone. It's just, I'm amazed. Back here, we have crank charging. Yeah. So we got crank charging. It does not have, which is surprising, and maybe I'm just not finding it, Doesn't have a solar panel. But usually, oh, wait a minute. That almost, yeah, that looks like a solar panel. It's just that it's not clear plastic. So that's why it's not as easy to recognize. Oh my gosh. See, you see why I had to wait to try to learn all these functions? Sound quality is unbelievable. Let me turn the sound back up. Let's go to something a little better. So you can use this to select the track or this. Let's just listen for a second or two. Lots of volume. Okay. Turn it back down. All right. Now, frequencies. FM has two bands that you can select. One is actually four bands, 64 to 108 megahertz, 76 to 108 megahertz, 87 to 180 megahertz, 87.5 to 108 megahertz. So you got all those selections depending on what part of the world you're in. Medium wave, you can select either 9 kilohertz steps or 10 kilohertz steps. And shortwave, listen to this. This is amazing. Shortwave goes from 1.711 megahertz to 29.999 megahertz. The full shortwave band, no skips, all of it. All of the shortwave band. And this thing, I can't do a good demonstration of it right now, but this thing picks up more shortwave stations than my SDR using a loop antenna. Yeah, I can't believe it. But unfortunately, because it's so sensitive, in this corner, there's apparently noise in my router and modem right over there that it gets interference. And I'll show you that in a minute, the interference. Okay, storage. Again, awesome. I'm sorry, I'm just overwhelmed by this radio. Storage, FM 100 memories. Medium wave, 100 memories. Shortwave, 300 memories. Can you believe this? This thing's amazing. And you can get this on Amazon. I don't remember the cost because I didn't buy it. Like I say, my good friend Thomas bought this for me. See what else I got in my notes here. You could search using the VF key, these keys here, and do a search, and it'll find the next strongest station and stop. Or use this key here to do an ATS, and it will search the whole band. Takes about 10 to 15 minutes to search the entire shortwave band. I believe it's stepping at 5 kilohertz. And then you can do manual stores in memory and manual deletes of things that have been stored already. Okay, I'm looking at some more of my notes. What I did is I found the manual, a PDF version of the manual, and I downloaded that and I printed out pages that I needed for my notes. So that's what I'm looking at right now. As I said before, I mentioned it has a weather band. It could scan all 7 channels of the weather band. I was able to pick up 2, very strong. And once you're in the weather band, you can turn on alerts, and then it will continuously monitor for any NOAA weather alerts that are sent out. And give you a signal that there's one being sent, and then you can listen to it. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know. I didn't. Let me see. Did I miss it? I didn't see anything about the battery. See, excuse me. No, it's an 18650 battery. It doesn't say what the spec is on the one that is included. Of course, when you get it, the battery has a little tab on it to keep it from being connected so the radio doesn't come on in shipping or anything like that. So you got to remember to pull that tab out. Otherwise, the radio won't turn on. I think that's about it. That's like, let me give you a little close up here. I mean, it really looks nice. And unfortunately, I can't get the backlight to stay on more than, I think it's like 10 seconds. Let's see. I think there is, there. Okay, now it's on. And it's really nice when the backlight is on. It's off. It's like 5 seconds. And I found no way to change that. Might be in there. I'm going to look some more. If you know of how to change that, I wish, and I know why they don't do it, because it runs the battery down. I wish they would give you the option to keep the backlight on all the time. Because when I'm doing shows like this, or when I'm playing with it or scanning, I want the backlight to stay on. Anyway, I think that's about it. Again, this is the XHDATA. I think there are similar radios to this one by other companies. Like I say, this came out about a year ago. It's the D-608WB. I have, I believe, the D-608 that doesn't have the weather band, and it's a nice radio too. Let me go back to shortwave just for a second. Okay, there it is. Let me turn the volume up. Like I say, I get a lot of interference in this corner of my office. That's a preacher man. And I am cheating a little bit because the interference is so bad. I do have a clip-on wire antenna at the moment. But when I was on the other side of the room, I wasn't getting the interference, and it picked up 8 stations. 8 stations here in Clearwater, Florida at, I think it's about 6:30 in the morning. All local. When I say local, all within the United States, and I think maybe a couple south of Florida. That's about it. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments. I hope I did a halfway decent job. There's so many features. I'm just overwhelmed with this radio. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please give me a thumbs up. That tells YouTube, hey, I'm presenting stuff that's not wasting your time. And have a great day. Bye-bye.